Hi everyone, it's Kathy here for Delbello's Designs, and today I'm going to be doing a Talk Crafty to Me technique session on making reflections. This particular one I'm doing today was inspired by one of our members, Linda Auburn. She shared a photograph on Facebook of a fantastic reflection scene, a real life photograph. So I just got her permission that I could perhaps recreate it in a card. So that's what we're going to be doing today. It's quite a simple technique and you don't need many items. So for this particular one, we're using the Lavinia LAV052 trees, a piece of acetate. I'm using the Distress Oxide carved pumpkin and a blending tool. And I'm using some Distress ink prize ribbon. If you don't have the Distress ink, you can also use the oxide. I just happen to have this colour in the Distress ink and I wanted this particular colour. Some VersaFine Clair Nocturne, a glue runner pen or any glue of your choice, and I also have a stamp pressing tool to help with the reflections. And I'm going to be using a black pencil or a Posca pen depending on how I get on, but you can use either of those, they're fine. And you might want a ruler. I'm actually just going to use my stamping block here and just to do a straight line across. So for this, we're going to need a piece of card that measures 6 inches by 4 inches, some black backing card, which I cut to 6.25 inches by 4.25 inches, and then it will be mounted onto a piece of card measuring 5 inches by 7 inches once folded. Okay, so let's get started. All right, so I start by doing a line with my pencil. Just across the centre there. Don't worry about that because it's going to be covered in ink anyway. Right, and then I'm going to start with the orange. And I start by doing the top half first. And I put more on the top half than I do on the bottom. And I don't want it to be a complete straight edge, so I'm just going around in circles. And then I'm not adding any more on to do the bottom, so it's lighter. So the top half is a little bit darker than the bottom. And then inking up the Distress ink in prize ribbon. And starting at the edges and working my way in. And again, I'm just slightly joining over the edges there. I don't want a very straight edge. So there's the background. Now at this point you can use a very fine paintbrush and just slightly go over the pencil so you make it a little bit thicker and a bit bolder. This is just a Stabilo all black pencil I used, but you can blend it with water a bit like that so I don't get a completely straight edge. Now, because I've just done that, I'm actually going to dry it with a heat tool just for a moment. Excuse me. So now we're going to stamp up the trees in the VersaFine Clair. Generous amount on. Put my trees just there. go. Now, I don't know if you can see there, but there's a slight gap underneath. I'm just going to get my pencil, just join it in so that there's no gap. Okay, now I'm going to move my card to one side and I'm going to ink up again. Quite generously. I'm going to stamp it onto the acetate. I'm just going to put it down and hold it there for a few minutes. I'm not going to move it. You've got to be very careful not to move it slightly because it will smudge. And then once it's been there for, I don't know, 20 seconds or so, I'm going to lift it up. Straight up, sort of like pulling off a plaster. Do it quickly. And then we're going to line that up with the trees above. And we're going to put it down. And once we put it down, again, be careful not to move it because it will smudge. And this is where I use this pressing tool. I find it quite helpful. Just give it a little blend. And then I'm going to take it off. Now what I do at this point, I just very, very lightly shade the tree trunks. With the pencil. There you go. And you can leave it like that, or what I like to do, I like to squirt it with just a little bit of water. And I try and do it in the same place for both of them, and then dab it with a paper towel. So you're getting a reflection in the water too. And then afterwards I just lightly go over the bigger parts. More on that one. There we go. So you've got a reflection there, all ready to be glued down onto your card. So let's turn my card over. I have found with some of these reflections, I did one of the cat, Mimsy. I'll share it on our Facebook group to show you. But with the more solid colours, sorry, I'm trying to pay attention here. That's it. With the more solid colours, I had to colour in the reflection a lot more because, you know, that you can see where the solid bits, they don't come out quite so dark. So when I did the cat, I had to colour the reflection in quite a bit, but it did come out quite good, but you just have to colour it in more. And then we'll just put this one straight about there. And there you have it, a reflection. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you found it useful. And if you do this technique, please do share it on Facebook because I'd love to see what people are doing. And on that note, if you'd like to join us, we have two Facebook groups. We have Del Bello's Designs Lounge for all things at Lavinia. And we also have Del Bello's a la carte, which is for all other products that Patty sells in her shop that aren't Lavinia. So I do hope that you can join us there. Okay, thank you so much for watching and see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.